So you just finished spending the last few hours solving a problem in your code. And you want to make sure that the next person that runs into the same problem doesn't have to suffer like you did. More and more people are consuming video, and giving a video tutorial has never been easier. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to give an excellent video tutorial. Let's start with your tools. Of course, you're going to need a computer. I mean, if you're writing code, you're going to need some type of computing device to show the code that's being written. Modern day cell phones can usually have a good enough video and microphone for you to record audio directly into it. I will recommend make sure that your environment is pretty quiet as possible. Now, if you can't get everything turned off and dead silent, that's okay. You want to make sure that people can understand what you're saying and not how loud your computer fan is. In terms of editing software, you can usually get away with a free alternative. You don't have to spend a lot of money when it comes to video editing, especially for the type of content that you're creating. In fact, you really just need to stitch a few scenes together, so you can get away doing that as cheap as possible. That brings me to the next point. What are you showing in your video? Well, at the beginning, you may want to show your face, but ultimately you want to talk about the problem and how you're solving it. Instead of always having the camera pointed at you, you can show the window that has your code in it, or you can show screenshots or video captures of documentation or any type of material or resource that others may find useful. The goal here isn't to bombard your viewer with as much information as possible. In fact, it's actually the opposite. You want to make sure that the most important content is as large as possible. That way, they're not distracted by random notifications happening or anything else on your computer screen that takes away from the solution itself. I recommend increasing the font size on your editor so that it's easier to read and that it ultimately takes up more space on the screen. Next, you're going to think about what you're going to say. Of course, you could just show the technique that you implemented to solve your problem, but it's probably better for everyone if you explain it and go through it and provide any background information that might help in others solving the problem. Start out by quickly describing the scenario. Tell people how you came across this problem, what you were doing, and ultimately why this is such a big deal. People will want to make sure that you're going to solve their problem. And if you're not solving their problem, they're going to bounce quickly. So let them know that they're in the right place and then get on to solving their issue. Don't ramble or fumble through the process. I recommend writing out a script. You can even transcribe it or maybe record a few takes of what you want to say. Don't try to record the whole thing at once, because if you mess up, you have to start over. Record piece by piece. That way you can take pauses. You can think about the best way to approach how you're going to present the next bit of information. And there you have it. You should now be able to create amazing video tutorials. Now, of course, there's one thing that I didn't cover yet, and that's sharing. And it's simple. Do it. Share it. Share your content after you've created it, publish it online, and let others consume it and be so much better for it. If it's Elastic Stack related content, you can even share it in our Elastic communities as well as through our Elastic Contributors program, where our top contributors receive credits towards Elastic Cloud, certifications, and more. I'm Jay Miller. Thank you so much for listening. I can't wait to see all of the different content that you create. In fact, tell me about your upcoming video in the comments below. And of course, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up so that other folks out there can find it too. And for more tips and tricks on all things the Elastic Stack, be sure to subscribe to the channel.